Alright guys, so this is one of these lifestyle slash DIY videos that I've been posting at the show recently. So Joe's sister Myrna asked me to teach her how to make one of these bag organizers, but every time she comes up for a visit, we don't have the time to get it done because the time is too short. So I've decided to teach her by way of a video. Alright, now this video is going to come in clutch for me for the future because I didn't write this down like a recipe. So every time I want to make it, I have to go back and watch an old video that I have at my old vlog channel. And it's a long video because it's inside of a vlog. So now I can find it and get it done. So let's get into what we're gonna need. You're watching the Bare Pantry Show. My name is Barbara, and for over a decade I've been teaching viewers and subscribers how to cook authentic dishes from my home country of Belize and many other delicious dishes from basic ingredients.
You're watching the Bare Pantry Show.
I make two different sizes of these bag organizers, the medium and the large. See the difference? So the medium would go in a bag like this, a medium bag or smaller, and then of course the large would go in a big bag like this. And I also made this bag, right? Well, Joe and I, because Joe does the sewing. So let's take a look at the template for the large organizer because that's what I'm going to make today. So this right here is 2 pieces of cardboard box, right? So this is for the main part, the main body part of the organizer. You're going to need 4 pieces, but it's going to be 2 pieces of one fabric and 2 pieces of the other fabric because one's going to be the outside and one's going to be the inside. The same thing for the pocket. You're going to need 2 and 2. All right. So the main body is 14 by 9 and then the pocket is 14 by 10. So then this is the tab, 4 by 3, and this tab works for the medium bag or the large bag. Okay. So now let's set this aside and let me show you my fabric. So Joe's sister picked these fabrics and I've decided that the darker part of the fabric, now Walmart is selling fabric by 1 yard and 2 yard just wrapped up together because they don't always have they don't always have people in the store to cut the fabric, so it's easy now to just go and grab a couple pieces like this, right? So we bought 2 yards of each and we're not going to need the whole thing. So this is 2 pieces for the main body, and then from that same fabric we have 2 pieces that are longer for the pocket. Okay, so 1 and 2. So that's the pocket and the main body, and that's the outside of the bag. Well, we're gonna call this organizer a bag sometimes because it's kind of like a bag without the handles, right? So then 2 pieces for the liner for the body, and then 2 pieces for the liner part for the pockets. So kind of like how this looks right here. See, the outside is the darker, then that's the floral on the inside, and the outside has pockets as well as the inside has pockets. Okay, so now, and these are our tabs that we're gonna have to remove them from the bag. 10 long years ago I published my first cookbook of recipes from my home country of Belize. My cooking show, The Bare Pantry Show, was created based on that book. 7 years later, I redid the book, removed some of the recipes that I didn't deem to be authentic enough, and added about 30 brand new recipes that are easy to follow, budget friendly, authentic, and comes out perfect each time. Matter of fact, it comes out perfect the first time. Get your copy today only from www.barepantryshow.com. Shop safely and securely at www.barepantryshow.com. This is the best interfacer to use for the pocket because it's very thin, soft, and flexible. See how I can go ahead and crumple it up right here, see? And then this is a thicker one for the body, and I'm just cutting it accordingly. All right, so this is a thick one for the body, then I did a thin one for the pockets. Joe is ironing them on for me because I hate doing this part. And then see, this is a pocket, it's 10 inches from the top to the bottom, and I fold it this way the long way, and I'm just pinning so that we can get ready to start sewing. Okay, so the first thing we want to do, guys, is take care of the tabs. So iron out the 2 tabs and then fold it in half, iron again so we have a center point, and bring this piece in to meet that line, the iron line, and then this next piece comes in to meet the same line, and then fold it in half. No, it's super hot. So what we're gonna do is sew here and here to close it, but over here to seal it up to make it look balanced. All right, so Joe's gonna sew these. Let me set that aside. Then these are the 4 pieces for the body of the organizer, 2 for the inside or liner, 2 for the outside. And what I've done on all 4 pieces was measure from the top 1 inch down and I made a line. I'll show you why we need to do this later on in the tutorial. And then what we're gonna do is measure 2, so find your line, the line's on the top. We're gonna measure 2 inches from the bottom to put the pocket when Joe is done sewing it, okay? Alright guys, so you'll be tempted to iron it at the seam like this. Don't do that, okay? It won't seat well when you put it on the bag. So go a little bit offset and iron open your seams first before you flip it over. I think my paper was a little bit too stiff, my interfacer. So make sure you get the really light, soft ones to do the pockets, okay? So that's about 2, right? 2, 2, 2. Then we're going to grab the pin. Go ahead and pin it. You're going to do this for all 4 pieces and line it up with the correct color of the fabric, okay? So Joe sewed on all the pockets, see? Remember the pockets are 2 inches from the bottom. Do that and check it to make sure that it's secure. Remember this line that we made on the top? All I did was bent the fabric towards the line and I ironed it because that's going to make it easier when we assemble the organizer. And fold, this is the outside part, remember? Fold it in half and then cut a little piece right out here so you can mark the spot. I did it for both pieces. We're going to work on the outside first. So because this is the middle, Joe's going to sew 2 straight lines right here so we could make 4 big pockets for the outside. You can do what you like to do, but this is what I do for mine, okay? So Joe's going to go ahead now and sew straight right there. Joe sewed the pocket. It has the 2 lines on both pieces, right? So they're big pockets. And this is what I put in mine for the big outside pockets. I don't have anything in this part. Mints, business cards, you know, big bulky things. So this is going to be for the liner. So you can break this up the way you want to break it up. But this is what I'm doing. I measured 4 inches in, and Joe's going to sew a straight line here. I have little chalk lines marking it. Then I went 2 inches over, and he's going to sew right here. See? Little line. Then I went another 4 inches over, and he's going to sew straight down again. But then for this last one, I measured to here, and he's going to sew. So this is going to be useless down here. But I did that because sometimes you need a shorter pocket. You don't need to go deep into it for everything. So this is one piece. So Joe's going to do that now. And before we get into that, see, he sewed both sides of the tabs. You don't have to sew both sides, but I do because it makes it look more even. There's one big pocket, narrow pocket for like a lipstick, another big pocket, and then this one across for a short pocket, okay? So this is the next side of the liner, and I just measured in 4 inches or 3 inches and just put lines to make these type of pockets, okay? So let's move on to the next step. We're gonna go correct side to correct side for the liner. We're gonna pin it. It's so thick because of the interfacer. And pin it. So now Joe's gonna sew there, and he's gonna sew here while keeping this open, okay, Joe? Keep that open. This is the outer piece, so correct side to correct side. Joe's gonna sew up the edges, and he's also gonna sew the bottom. All right, so you take the ends like this and you bend it upward and do like a finger press. I marked it so you guys can see. Joe's gonna sew right here, and the same thing over here. He's gonna sew right there, okay? When he's done sewing it, see, like this, see how it's sewed right there? You're gonna go ahead and take the scissors and cut it. That makes it sit better. Now this one doesn't flip over because this is the liner, so this will stay like this. Now I'm going to give Joe the satisfaction of turning this one over. This is the outside, so it has to be flipped. You happy now, Joe?
I'm happy now.
So now what we're gonna do is drop this one in the liner into the outer. You could put the tabs here, or you could right here, or you could put it on the side. I always put it on the side. I like it there better. So I'm gonna go ahead and line up everything, pin it. When I come back, Joe will be sewing around the rim, okay? And putting in the tabs. I dropped the liner in here and it fit perfectly, and I pinned around, right? So now we have the tab. All we have to do with the tab is kind of like touch it like that. And then we're gonna put it in here at the seam. And we're gonna pin it. So when Joe sews around, it'll trap the little tab in, okay? So we're almost done, guys. All right, guys, it's finally done. Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
Your sister need to thank you too.
That's right.
Especially her, right?
Especially her, she needs to thank me.
So see the liner inside and then the outside part, right? We still have to go through and get off some threads and stuff, but look at the loop for her to take it out of her bag. So let me show you. She's gonna have to have a big bag, which she does. I notice she has a lot of big bags. You just drop it inside your bag, put all your stuff that you want to put inside that thing, and when you want to change purses, I know Joe doesn't know anything about this because he always throws stuff inside my bag. He doesn't have his own bag. You take this out and you just drop it inside another bag. That's how that works.
And what she do, just keep this with her, so whenever time the bag rip, you just sew it
It's not
up.
gonna rip. It's not gonna rip. Come on, you did it. So this is hand sanitizer. Take that thread out there, Joe. Hand sanitizer. And remember we had a skinny spot like for lipstick or whatever, or pens. That can go there. You guys see? And then we have pen. Make sure the pen is not leaking. Hand lotion, going one of the bigger ones. So these are all the things that I have with me. Hand sanitizer. She gave me this hand sanitizer too, I think. Your sister. So going to one of the bigger ones. Joe, did you sew this? Oh, this is one of the smaller ones. I'm sorry. Bigger ones. See, and they have stuff off to the side. You can put business cards. Then we have another skinny one here too. She could put her lipstick. Let me see if I have a lipstick in here. Yes, I sure do. Lipstick into this one here.
Or put your
What do you need?
or put your nail polish.
Well, we don't take nail polish with us normally, us women's.
Okay.
So if she wanted to put business cards in this one over here, see? You guys see that? She wouldn't, the business cards are not gonna go to the bottom, Joe. That's why we sealed off the bottom of that one, remember? I'll come closer so you guys can see too. So that's just a whole bunch of things she can put in there. And of course on the outside she can have her breath mints and her gum or whatever she wants to put. So this thing has 4 pockets on the outside, and then there's 1, 2, 3, like 8 pockets on the inside. So a total of about 12 or 13 pockets on this one little organizer. Remember back in the olden days, in the late 1980s, a company was making this stuff like out of some type of plastic, and they called it the kangaroo. But it's a bag organizer, all right? So there we go. Ta-da! Pose, Joe. Pose, Joe.
You lift it out your bag like this, so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you put it back in.
We already said that. Pose. Pose for the thumbnail. Did he look angry? Because I'm not looking at him.
No, no.
Did you pose nice?
Yeah.
Like, let's go have a look like, I don't want to sew this. Huh? Like, you take, I don't want that. You can't act. That's not the face I told you to do. I said, take it like, I don't want to take a man bag.
I want no lady bag.
Alright guys, this is gorgeous. Thanks for watching. If you liked what we've produced here today, go ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And of course, pick up one of my many books that I sell. And no, we're not going to make these for sale. And no, we don't want to get into sewing on the channel. We're just doing some DIY lifestyle type videos to throw here because they give me joy. And I hope they give you joy too.
So you guys can see how to make it for yourself.
Yeah. So I could come back and find it too, Joe, when I want to make it again, because we forgot a lot of stuff along the way. Bye guys.
Bye-bye, people.
This is the Bare Pantry Show.